Hello guys, this is Blazer from Operation Sports, or Muffin McFluffin on YouTube, or Brandon if you are my friend. This is going to be my mini review, first impressions for MLB 12 The Show on PlayStation Vita. I will fire up an exhibition game to start things off and get things going even keel. Let's just play now. What is that? No, let's do exhibition. Okay, I guess I'll just be Giants versus Rangers here. To start off, this review will mostly be, let's use this lineup, this review will mostly be not so much for MLB 12 itself, like the improvements and such, just how it transferred over to the Vita. And if anyone was wondering, this is a damn good adaptation of the game itself. You'll see some hiccups here and there. You'll see a lot of differences, and I'll be pointing them out. Some are good, some are bad, and some just have to happen. Some are for the best or for the better. And I apologize if I really suck when I play, because I'm playing this through the viewfinder, and it's going to be just a little bit laggy, and it's a lot smaller, and all that. So when we start off, you're already seeing this game. It kind of actually looks like the PS3 version. It looks pretty good. The stadiums are almost very perfectly represented as they were in the PS3 version. The lighting is exactly the same, or at least the lighting progression in the lighting system. You see the water out there, and yeah, and if you can hear it, I can turn it up a little bit. But there's Matt Vasgersian.
We'll hear from the guys in just a moment. But first, what do you say we get right to our starting lineup here?
So there he is in the pregame, and it's full pregame presentation, and everything starts off perfectly. Now, if you just heard the sound of Matt Vasgersian, it might have sounded a little compressed. That might be YouTube, but it's also the game. It is, and you can tell. I'll be talking about the player models here in a second and the graphics and such, but the audio is actually very compressed. You'll notice it if you play the Vita version. It's not just from the speakers. If you listen to it through headphones, it does not sound that good. I'll get that out of the gate, and that's not just with commentary, but it's mostly with commentary. You hear the sounds of the ball off the bat and such. While the sound effects are different from previous years, it's still also very it's very different compared to when you play the PS3 version. So audio, kind of lacking, and since there's no sounds of the show and stuff, you have to listen to their menu music unless you turn down the music and all that. So anyway, now let's get into the game, and here's me warming up to show you a couple things. So when I'm warming up, I'm using the analog meter pitching, and you can tell that I'm kind of missing my spots a little bit. Now, this game, you can't see my thumb, but I'm just slightly moving it over, and it's very stingy. It's very sensitive, and it's very tough to be able to pinpoint your spot when you look left and right on this meter. I mean, here's me going all the way on the meter, and I'm probably not even halfway on the analog stick here. So I think that that's something where next year they should be able to patch. Next year they should be able to include some sort of sensitivity meter saying how far over I go. It's not as bad on the left analog stick. The problem is when you do the right analog stick, because you have to be very precise with your aiming. Otherwise you're going to throw it right down the middle, or if you go just a little too far off, remember, not as far as to 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock, you're just going to hit the batter. So it's very tough to paint those corners, and that's what I'm still getting used to. Throwing my first game, by the way, if you see that red light, I really apologize. That's from my camera saying it's recording. But when I was throwing in the first few games, it was very tough. I was getting a lot of throwing errors because I wasn't perfectly hitting. Oh, great, good start. Because I wasn't perfectly hitting 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, or 12 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock. I can't talk while playing, especially when I just gave up a triple. So you see that pitch. So you can see pitcher analysis and everything too. You see where I threw that ball. That must be looking from the batter's view, because I think I threw that pitch outside. But anyway, so let's get into the game a little bit here. So the game plays just like its PS3 counterpart, in that you do the exact same things. The game plays the same game. You have all your same settings in terms of gameplay, your analog meter pitching, your analog swinging if you want, zone hitting. It just all plays the exact same, fielding and everything. So now I just gave up a run. Okay, now to get on to a little bit of the visuals and presentation and such. So as you can tell, the game doesn't look exactly like the PS3 version. It actually looks very good though, as you can tell. I'm using the picture full camera because if I use the broadcast camera, it'll zoom out. You know, it'll be a little more zoomed out, and the more zoomed out you are, the more pixelated everything looks. So this is the best representation of pitching that you can get. There's actually a picture close option as well, but I'm not going to use that one. It's a little too close for my taste. So I just struck out Hamilton there. The other thing that you can tell, maybe, well, I'm recording this in 60 frames per second. So what you're going to see here is this game does not run in 60 frames per second like its PlayStation 3 counterpart. It's a lot choppier. I'd say it's 30 frames per second, but it's actually I wouldn't be surprised if it goes slower than that at times. It's not as smooth, and some people would say, well, on a small screen it doesn't matter. That's forgive me for saying that, that's bull. On a small screen or a big screen, 30 frames is 30 frames. You can't tell there is no differentiation between the two either way. You see 30 frames on here as you'd see there. Next thing you can see, bigger looking ball on the Vita version. That makes sense because it's a 5-inch screen. Personally, when I first fired up this game, I was typing up an email, so I just fired up a CPU versus CPU game. And when it was playing, I said, man, what were my complaints before about such a big ball? It looks perfect. And then I realized, after then playing Home Run Derby, and seeing a small ball as well, I then realized that when you play a regular game and you're the human, then the ball gets bigger. Now, I can't get an out for you. This is very unfortunate. I'll be fast forwarding soon. I'm throwing balls right down the middle. So that's kind of the problem, is when you're doing the pitching meter, it's very hard to bite corners because you can't really nip at them as well with this analog stick. I mean, I'm trying, and there's a nice corner pitch. And, you know, this game is actually just kind of hard right now at this point. It's very new to me, and again, I'm looking through a viewfinder here, so please pardon me for that. Anyway, a couple other things you'll notice here. Presentation, it skips, you know, I'm not thumbing X through all of these pitches. It just skips right to the next pitch. In many ways, that's a good thing, actually. You know, I was seeing videos before, and then I was saying, at least give us the option for full broadcast. And personally, I'd still like the option, but personally, this pace feels very nice. You know, you get in and out of there, and it feels very good. It's a little quick in that sometimes you need to press pause quickly to change pitchers or something like that, so you really need to be quick. For instance, I had to press pause really quickly there, otherwise, as you see when this grays out, you can't press pause. I'm trying to press pause now. So I'm behind 0-2 here. Now I swung and missed because, again, I'm trying to give some short impressions here. You can see this batting cam here. This is the wide offset, which is now focused more on the inside part of the plate looking out as opposed to the outside part. Very, very good addition for this game. Obviously I still can't hit again, but as you can see, it looks and feels a lot like the PS3 version, which is very good. You can see the big ball again. You can see the foul text and the out text. Again, an option I'd like to just disable, but you can't. But as a first edition, I wasn't even looking at the screen. But as a first edition, it's you know, it's okay, it's passable. The important thing is that they got the game out of the gate. Now this is Sandoval. My hitting skills are much better. Trust me. This is this is not a good review to look at how good or bad I am at this game. Drop in, that won't drop in. Anyway, other things that carried through from the PS3 version, at least for MLB 12. New ball physics in MLB 12 altogether, they carried over here. It's very nice. There are some little quirks I have about the ball physics when it hits the ground and stuff, but that's more saved for an actual review. Mainly that off the grass it still takes very high, sharp hops. Sometimes it gets to the outfield too quickly and I can't score in singles and everything like that. What other things do I want to talk about? I don't want to talk much about touchscreen controls. Yeah, they have them. Let's see. I select a fastball. I'm going to touch this button here. I can select my location. You'll see the meter over there move, and now I can pitch it. I don't care for touchscreen one bit. I'm never going to use it. You have to use it for some menu options, like when you save files and stuff. Not that big of a deal. And when you type in names, you're for replay. In fact, they have, even though they don't have instant replay, they have manual replay. So you can go into it. It feels pretty much the same. You can pan in and out, closer and further, and to zoom in and out, change the depth of field. You actually use touchscreen like you would for an iPhone or something. Zoom, pinch out, zoom, pinch away from yourself, zoom in, zoom out, and it has the same functionality and controls with obviously a much lighter frame rate here. So I can zoom in there and pinch in, blah blah blah. So it's very good that they included this. This game has full franchise, just like the PS3 version. In fact, you can transport and upload your franchise from the PS3 to Vita or from Vita to PS3, and it works seamlessly. I've already tried it. It works great. You upload to a cloud, which is not the same as the PlayStation Plus cloud. It's Sony's own server, and you upload there, and then you upload to the next one. You have to do it between games. You can't do it in the middle of the game. You can save your franchise game in mid-game, but you have to play on the same peripheral that you played on. So PlayStation 3 if you saved on that, Vita if you saved on that. Like, this review's dragging on just a little bit here. What other things do I want to note? So I talked about the lighting. The lighting's the same, so if you played a night game, it would transition from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. eventually look. That's very good. The crowd looks very good, all 3D, you know, a little pixelated and stuff, which is expected, but it looks very good. And really the thing is, the bar can only really go up from here. It would be nice, obviously, it would be nice if they could achieve 60 frames per second here. Not expected. Absolutely not expected. And if they don't get it, especially with these visuals, that's okay. Obviously something that you would like, especially with a pitch a batter conference such as this, it'd be nice to have. It really would. But that'd be way too demanding. There aren't too many games on Vita that have achieved 60 frames per second. You can see FIFA doesn't have it. Even Mod Nation Racers doesn't have it. Of course, it doesn't on the PS3 version either. And when you see the PS3 version of this MLB 12 game, though, you can see that they keep upping the bar. You know, you can watch the videos on YouTube and say you can't see much, but when you actually put it on your, you know, when you actually play it on your home television, you just see the differences. Oh, that was a high strike. You just see the differences, and they are so incredible. The frame rate keeps improving. It keeps looking smoother each year. So I expect that from the Vita version. I really do. I expect some major differences going from year to year. I think that this is a first rendition, and they have some kinks to work out, but it's very good. Any of the bugs that you'll see in this game will probably be the same bugs you'll see in the PS3 version, and any of the very small little things you'll see, etc. I don't really know what else I want to talk about here, because I'm so pressed for time here, but small things like, since they only have L and R shoulder buttons instead of L1, L2, R1, R2, I still don't know how to lead off. It might be rear touch controls, which I've disabled because my fingers touch the back all the time. I still don't know how to... Well, I guess that's pretty much it. You know, I turn off guest pitch and stuff, so if there's a way to do that with touchscreen stuff, I don't really care. There's a couple things that I don't know how to do yet, and I don't care for, and now I'm kind of swinging at any pitch because I just want to put the ball in play. I'm getting a little greedy here. Yeah, so again, this shows how much I suck. I really don't suck this badly, but this shows how much I'm sucking. Again, pitching a little stingy. I haven't even really used pulse pitching because I like to hide the ball cursor. With pulse pitching, it shows where you're putting the ball, and I just want to rush through each pitch kind of quickly here. I guess that I do agree that on the Vita, it's good to get the nice pick up and play finish under 40 minutes if you can. Very nice idea. Anything else that you'd want to see? You know, they have online play. I haven't tried that out yet. I never really played the baseball games online. Normally they're pretty laggy, but this could be a lot better since they use their own server here now instead of peer-to-peer networking. But you can't do cross-play. It's Vita only and PS3 only in terms of playing each other. Alright, so here's a good instance. So I just gave up a home run, poo. But you know, presentation, it just goes straight to the next batter. No rounding the bases, no replay, whatever. So, you know, small things that they could put in. Anyway, this review is well running its course. I'm reaching 15 minutes here. I'm just going to go ahead and shut it off. And as I'm shutting off, I guess I'll talk about a couple more things. Yeah, I'm sure I want to quit. That game sucked. So you saw that the load times for starting up the game were very good. They're just the same on the PS3. They're very quick. Quitting the game, they could be a little quicker, but that's okay. You see nice little menu systems. You can see the different modes that'll be on the game. There's no Diamond Dynasty, which is on PlayStation 3 only. There isn't any, what else? So, you have Home Run Derby, Practice Mode, Season Franchise, Road to the Show. What else isn't there? I don't know. You can't do your own custom cameras if that matters, and if it matters for you, you can use touch controls to switch things on the menu here. You can go up and down. Again, nothing that I use. Small things like that, but it's a Vita version of the PlayStation 3. Obviously watered down a little bit to fit on the Vita, but very good. Guys, if you're a fan of baseball, if you're a fan of the show, if you own a Vita, this is a must-own game. Absolutely. Bar none. No questions about it. Please pick up this game. Full franchise. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna load from cloud here. This is something that I saved on the PS3 initially here, and I'm gonna load it up. Let's see how long it takes, whatever. But it's very good. You cannot go wrong with this game. Absolutely not. Let's see, load. Oh, never mind. Oh, you know what? So I guess I did upload from cloud here. Okay. All right. So here we are. Boom. Beautiful. So perfect there. Check that out. Alright, I gotta go. Buy this game. Get it with the PS3 version. You get it for $80 instead of the $100 for 60 plus 40 for both versions. Okay, get this game. Talk to you later. Peace out.